across the street, puddles on the pavement underneath my feet. I wrap my coat around me against the biting wind, wondering where the story ends and where we begin. I passed the old cafe where we would talk for hours. Now it's just a memory covered up in flowers. The clock is ticking slowly on the church tower bell, living in a quiet house that feels just like a cell. And there's cold rain falling on my face tonight, washing out the final traces of your light. I'm standing on the edge of everything we knew, trying to survive a world that doesn't feature you. I keep your key right here inside my jacket pocket, a treasure from the past locked up inside a locket. I tell myself tomorrow I will finally move on, but the darkest hour comes right before the dawn. And there's cold rain falling on my face tonight, washing out the final traces of your light. I'm standing on the edge of everything we knew, trying to survive a world that doesn't feature you. How do I erase the touch I still can feel? How do I pretend the time is gonna heal? I'm crying to the storm, yelling at the sky. Give me just one reason why you had to say there's cold rain falling on my face tonight, drowning out the ghost of every dream inside. I'm broken on the edge of everything we knew, dying in a world that doesn't feature you. Cool, cold rain falling on my face, empty space, no trace. coffee cup sitting on the table, looking at the photos. Wish that I was able to turn back the clock to where it all began, before the cold wind blew away our plans. I walk through these rooms, hearing every echo, holding on to things that I should let go. Your jacket's on the chair, smelling like the rain. Every little corner reminds me of the pain. And I'm standing in the shadow of your love, reaching out to heavens up above, counting every tear that falls into the dark, trying to heal this broken, bleeding heart. Silence is so loud when the night gets deep. I lie awake with promises I couldn't keep. Thought we had forever, thought we'd never break. Now I'm paying for every single mistake. And I'm standing in the shadow of your love, reaching out to heavens up above, counting every tear that falls trying to find a shelter to hide away the pain. The radio is playing our favorite old song, reminding me of everywhere that we went wrong. I still leave a space when I get into bed, replaying every word that was left unsaid. You packed up your bags and walked out the door, left me standing helpless on the wooden floor. And I'm left with the memories of yesterday, watching all our promised dreams fade away. I call out your name, but nobody hears, just a lonely heart drowning in these tears. I keep your old letters locked inside a drawer, unread for weeks, but I know every word for sure. You said we'd make it through no matter what came. Now I'm just a looking at your picture hanging on the wall. The house is too quiet, the shadows are too deep. Lying here awake while the world's asleep. I still smell your perfume on the pillowcase, trying in the dark to picture your sweet face. Every second tick is like a heavy stone, reminding me forever I am on my own. And I'm listening to whispers in the dark, searching for the flicker of a dying spark. You're so far away, yet you're in my head. Wishing I could turn back time instead. Coffee on the counter for 2 cups again. Out of habit, baby, tell me where you've been. I keep your side of the closet open wide, hoping you'll step back and walk right inside. And I'm listening to whispers in the dark, searching for the flicker of a dying spark. You're so far away, yet you're in my head. Wishing I could turn back time instead. How do I unlove what was meant to be? How do I set your ghost completely free? The silence is killing me piece by piece. When will this endless ache finally cease? Still listening to whispers in the dark, chasing every shadow of a broken heart. You're so far away, burning in my head, crying out for things that left us dead. Just whispers in the dark. Just whispers. Now we're apart. An old ticket stub sitting on a shelf. I've been spending every night talking to myself, tracing every moment where we lost the track, knowing in my heart you're never coming back. Like every feeling that we threw away, I build up these walls so I won't feel the cold, losing all the future that we used to hold. Now I'm standing in the ashes of us, watching everything we built turn to dust. I keep holding on to what we used to be, drowning in a quiet sea of misery. I passed by the place where we used to meet, head down low, walking down a frozen street. Everybody's smiling while I'm falling apart, carrying the weight of a shattered heart. Now I'm standing in the ashes of us, watching everything we built turn to dust. I keep holding on to what we used to be, watching rusty raindrops slide against the wall. The key is on the table where you laid it down. Silence hits like thunder in this ghost of a town. I try to wash away the sense you left behind. Every little memory is a trap I sign. I'm picking up the pieces that we threw away, fighting with the darkness at the end of day. Now I'm crawling through the wreckage of my mind, searching for a reason that I'll never find. You walked into the fog without a word to say, left me in the ruins of our yesterday. I keep your photograph inside my coat tonight, holding to the shadow of a faded light. It's funny how the silence cuts just like a knife, bleeding out the colors of a better life. Now I'm crawling through the wreckage of my mind, searching for a reason that I'll never find. You walked into the fog without a word to say, left me in the ruins of our yesterday. Was I just a chapter in a book you burned? Was this every lesson that I never learned? I'm banging on the door, screaming at the night, begging for a second chance to make it right. Yeah, I'm screaming. Yeah, I'm screaming in the wreckage of my mind, drowning in the pieces that you left behind. You vanished in the fog without a word to say, losing every fragment of our yesterday. In the wreckage of my mind, nothing left far behind. front door creak, but nobody walks in. Just another trick of memory where the ghosts begin. I sit here in the quiet as the sun goes down, watching all our colors turn to shade of brown. Your coffee mug is sitting where you left it last, a simple little relic from a distant past. I try to breathe it in, but the air is thin and cold, living in a story that will never be retold. And I'm screaming to the echoes of your name, drowning in the middle of a burning flame. You took away the sunshine, left me with the rust, watching every promise crumble into dust. I walk along the river where we used to dream. Nothing in this world is ever what it seems. The water keeps on flowing to an endless sea, while I am trapped forever in this memory. And I'm screaming to the echoes of your name, drowning in the middle of a burning flame. You took away the sunshine, left me with the rust, watching every promise crumble into dust. Tell me where you went when you turned your back, leaving me alone on this broken track. I'm tearing at the walls, reaching through the dark, begging for the ashes to return a I'm screaming to the echoes of your name, fighting through the misery and endless pain. You took away the sunshine, left me in the dark. God, I'm dying from this shattered heart. Just echoes of your name, nothing left. In the rain, turn off the lights, but the shadows stay behind, searching for a comfort that I'll never find. Every step I take echoes on the wooden floor, reaching for a hand that isn't there anymore. I see your cardigan draped across the wooden chair. I reach to touch the sleeve, but there's nobody there. It's just a trick of light playing with my mind, leaving every piece of my heart behind. Now there's a ghost in the hallway, standing in the dark, haunting every memory, choking every spark. I'm living in a fortress made of glass and bone, learning how it feels to be completely alone. I keep the window open just to hear the breeze, hoping for a whisper through the shivering trees. I tell myself that time will wash away the pain, but every single night it feels the exact same. Now there's a ghost in the hallway, standing in the dark, haunting every memory, choking every spark. I'm living in a fortress made of glass and bone, learning how it feels to be completely alone. How do I move on when your ghost won't leave? How many more nights am I supposed to grieve? I'm pounding on the floor, screaming at the air, fighting with a shadow that was never Yeah, there's a ghost in the hallway, standing in the dark, tearing through my soul and tearing me apart. I'm trapped inside this fortress made of glass and bone. God, I hate this feeling of being all alone. Just a ghost in the hall, nothing left at all. Midnight clock is ticking in the empty room. Another quiet hour wrapped inside the gloom. I look into the mirror, see a broken man, trying to piece together what was in our plan. I trace the lines of worry carved upon my face, remembering the warmth of your sweet embrace. Now every quiet moment feels just like a test, a heavy weight of sadness, heavy on my chest. And I'm carrying the scars upon my soul, watching all the pieces that will never be whole. You walked away and took the best of me, leaving just a shadow of who I used to be. I keep your favorite song playing on repeat, walking down the pavement of this empty street. The cold wind whispers stories of a better day, before we watched our paradise slip away. And I'm carrying the scars upon my soul, watching all the pieces that will never be whole. You walked away and took the best of me, leaving just a shadow of who I used to be. How many tears must fall before the storm will end? How many broken dreams before this heart can mend? I'm crying out your name into the freezing night, praying for a miracle to bring back the I'm screaming with these scars upon my soul, drowning in the pieces that will never be whole. You walked away and took the best of me. God, release me from this endless misery. Just scars upon my soul, shadows on the bedroom floor. I wrap my arms around me just to feel some heat, listening to the silence on this empty street. I hold an old photograph fading into gray, wishing I'd found the words I meant to say. You packed your heavy heart and left without a sound. Now I'm just a phantom in a ghost town bound, and I'm frozen in the storm you left behind, chasing after visions that I'll never find, standing in the wreckage as the snow falls down, watching all my world go burning to the ground. The clock upon the fireplace is stuck on 3, a permanent reminder of your memory. I try to take a step, but I am locked in place, drowning in the ghost of your remembered face. And I'm frozen in the storm you left behind, chasing after visions that I'll never find, standing in the wreckage as the snow falls down, watching all my world go burning to the ground. Tell me how to melt this ice inside my chest, how to give this weary, broken spirit rest. I'm screaming at the blizzard, shouting at the dark, begging for a tiny flame to leave a spark. Every memory go burning to the ground.